When, when DevelopAKUre was asked to say what was so special about their work, first line is that they are a consortium of 13 partners. Now, a couple thousand years ago, there was a consortium of 13 partners, led to the establishment of a major religion we still have with us today. It's a lucky number for some people. This is one of the most astounding stories because AKU is the first genetic disease that was revealed over 100 years ago, and yet there's been no cure. Through the work of Dr. Gallagher, James Gallagher, the Derby Chair of Anatomy at the Department of Musculoskeletal Science at the University of Liverpool, and because of the great generosity of a particular patient who donated her body for medical research, and because of the autopsy, Dr. Gallagher was able to make great progress in understanding this disease. There's now a collaboration that promises to bring together patient groups, universities, pharmaceutical companies, hospitals, laboratories, in the service of curing the first of the rare diseases that we all became aware of. In the course of understanding the AKU disease itself, we have learned a lot about osteoarthritis, which points out another thing that makes rare disease not so rare, which is when we learn something about rare disease, we learn something about the general diseases as well, a point that's been little understood and even less funded, so to speak. The AKU collaboration is another example of making something that's too rare, less rare, by bringing together groups that in many cases are hostile to each other. Patient groups and hospitals and pharmaceutical companies have different interests and have different priorities and different incentives. We're now, through the work of groups like this, starting to pull them together for common purpose, to make less rare the first rare disease, and to help people into the future with some of the more common diseases like osteoarthritis. So please join me in honoring this year's Champion of Hope Award for collaborations in science, the UK DevelopAKUre. Accepting the honor for the group is Dr. James Gallagher and Denise Higgins.
Thank you.
Take a picture?
Should we have you in the middle?
Yeah. Great, thank you.
Thank you. Well, you've covered most of the points in my acceptance speech, so so I really would like to say a very, very big thank you to Global Genes. We are an organisation of, a consortium of 12 organisations across Europe, and we're doing a clinical trial to try and find a treatment for the first disease that was known to be a genetic disease. We have 3 hospitals, 3 universities, four hospitals, 3 universities, 4 companies, and most of all, 2 patient groups who have been the drivers for this project. I'd like to thank all of my colleagues, but I want to particularly mention 3 people. One is Mr. Bob Gregory, who only a decade ago founded the AKU Society in Liverpool. And the other 2 key players are Dr. Nick Siro, who's known to some of you, and my colleague, Professor Ranganath. And it's their inspiration and hard work that has formed this consortium and has made us all work so hard. And I just want to reassure Global Genes that this recognition and this award will make us work even harder and collaborate even better.
Yes, thank you, Global Genes, very much. I met Nick Siro, who's the president of the AKU Society in the UK, a little over 2 years ago, and he contacted me to see if I would be willing to serve on the board of an AKU Society of North America. And as an AKU patient, I was quite excited to volunteer. A few months later, we were talking, and he was telling me about the DevelopAKUre project and all that was going on trying to raise funds for clinical trials, and said, well, why don't you be the president? I'm a little busy now. So I accepted. He is inspiring to all of the sister communities to AKU patients, and we have great hope with all that he's doing. Thank you.